So we're in what we call the garden orchard. Just to kind of give you a reference, the house is right there. My smaller outbuildings there, my larger outbuildings there. That's that really intensively managed Zone 1 orchard, and the greenhouse, and where we just were over here. I just wanted to come here today for a few reasons, but one is this autumn olive is the first one to really crack into bloom, man, and I wanted to be over here just to smell this. This is, if you've never smelled blooming autumn olive, it is just a gorgeous jasmine-like, honeysuckle-like mixture. And this is an incredibly productive plant. Vilified is an invasive species. It is not an invasive species. The Texas Department of Agriculture says that one of the problems with it is that it makes the ground too fertile, and some of our native species that grow in unfertile soil stop growing, and then things that need more fertile soil start growing. So the problem is that it creates fertility. It's productive, a nitrogen fixer, and again, it's just a beautiful tree. And we use it as a sport species. I want to show you something over here. This has never done real well for us. This is actually purple asparagus. I think it gets too much shade where it's at. We should probably put some other parts, but well, that one came up big this year. And we've got a mulberry here leafing out. I think this is a, I don't remember what it is. There's so many daggone mulberries that I have on this property. It's Black Knight or something like that. And I got some suckers coming up here we need to cut down. These are from jujube trees, and those suckers are from this tree over here. That's a Lang jujube. I really like that fruit that comes off of that tree. And we have just got fruit set all over the place this year. I don't know if you can see, that's kind of dark right in there, but this plum is covered in fruit. Come up here. And this tree, I don't think is quite setting fruit yet. It's just starting a few spots, but it was really flowered out, so it should have a pretty heavy fruit set. And then these dwarf mulberries, everywhere I have these, they're just covered, absolutely covered. There's Lucy Lou. Hey, Lucy Lou. Figs, and this fig is frozen back to the ground every year for the past 2 years. And we had plenty of freezing weather, and it did not freeze back to the ground this year. And I've seen that in many of my figs. I think we've gotten them hardened off to the point now where they're able to make it through. Another plum with some fruit set on it right there. Contorted jujube, leafing out nicely. This thing even is set fruit. That's I believe that's a Blenheim apricot. That tree's awful young to be setting fruit. Another dwarf mulberry. You can see I'm training this one kind of to come out like this. As a suckers from a jujube's grabbing my butt. That hurts. Another autumn olive. This one's called an amber. I've never gotten a lot of fruit off of this one yet. We'll see maybe this year. It sure is a big tree, and I've got a garnet one there and a cherry and a bunch of stuff. This is my wife's favorite peach tree. It's called a red globe. And I expect it will set a lot of fruit this year. It just hasn't actually started to set yet. It bloomed a little later than some of the other ones we looked at. I'll go over here and show you a few more things, and then we'll head to a different part of the property. I'm going to try to give you a pretty good idea of what the entirety of the property is like this year. And try to do this every few weeks so you can see it change. That there that looks like another autumn olive, that's a gumi, sweet scarlet. But the leaves are very similar. When we get back to another autumn olive, I'll show you the leaves on the autumn olive. Somebody asked about that in the last video. But, man, we have just got trees that have never set fruit, setting fruit this year. This is a Pakistan mulberry, the ones with the really long berries, and it's going to have a ton of fruit on it this year. Yeah, I like mulberries. And then this little plum tree has got some fruit set on it, and it has never set fruit before. It's like a blue dansum plum or something like that. Someone's really excited about. 4 years ago when I bought it, and you can see it stayed a small tree, but it looks pretty dadgone good this year. And this is a giant fruiting mulberry is what they call it, and it's just starting to leaf out. It's not got any fruit set yet. And that's all elderberry there. Elderberry's going crazy this year. And then This is something I'm kind of excited about. Nanking bush cherries. I've been trying to grow these for years, and I've got fruit everywhere on them. I've had no problem growing the Hanson's bush cherry, but the Nanking, which I actually think tastes a lot better, I've had very little fruit set, and the dadgone ducks have eaten them. And since the ducks, what's left of them, have been banished to the pasture over there, the west pasture, and they haven't been here, they're not stealing any of the fruit as it's setting. So anyway, Lucy's taking a nap in the shade, even though it's about 45 degrees out. Let us take you to a different place and show you some other stuff going on.